Yep.
Not a bad episode.
Yeah, definitely not a bad episode.
Yeah. Was that Jabba the Hutt? Oh,
Yeah,
relatives.
that was
cousins.
not cousins.
Oh, cousins.
Twin cousins.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So a brother and a
Yeah,
sister,
the
like
twins.
the Hutts.
Oh, that's nice.
Like
Yeah.
Siamese twins, right?
Yeah.
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 The Hutts are a bit weird.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. But they had the interesting like symbols at the bottom of their mouths, which was different to Jabba's.
Jabba.
Yeah, so I think you could tell from that.
Oh,
Yeah, the bottom of the mouth. Yeah, I saw it. It's very different.
And it does seem like it seems like he's learning the Tuscans' culture.
oh, Tuscan culture.
Yeah, learning their ways.
I thought that was just looking back onto his past when he was with them before he went to where he is now.
Well, it does seem like they're doing part of it in the current time and part of it in the past.
Yeah.
So the one
Yeah, I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed that ending part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going and getting the branch and carving himself a fighting stick.
yeah,
Yeah, the gaffy stick. Sports
The-
gaffy stick.
yeah, the Jaffa sticks. So
Yeah.
now we learn a bit more of the history of the Tuscans as well, not just Boba Fett learning it. So that was his past. Interesting. But I guess we never really saw how the culture of the Tuscan Raiders before, because they were sort of like the mid antagonists or something. Like they weren't really doing much at all. They were just the
Mm.
character that could be just blown past.
Yeah. See what happens in the coming episodes.
Yeah.
Find out who's the main antagonist.
Well, I do like how they created a bit more story to these characters.
Yeah, more backstory. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Which is nice.
we found out that they are mining spice on that planet because there's
Spice,
spice on the train.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it is their own planet. Like the Great Dune Sea
Yeah.
is essentially theirs. It's just that everyone who came over built their own cities, like Mos Espa, Mos Eisley, and everything else. So
Yeah.
Essentially- essentially, the people in the cities are the invaders of the planet.
Yeah, I thought there was a big question mark whether or not there was spice on that planet.
Oh,
I
spice.
think they showed it. So near the end, they showed a box of spice.
Yeah, so it's like, what does spice look like? And then the box
Yeah.
came out. It's
Yeah.
like that. Really.
Yeah, that seems like a reference.
Yeah, I
to
know,
Dune,
but
doesn't it? Seems like a reference to Dune.
Well, considering that the Dune movie came out recently, you could really make that big thing. Well, I think we went through the part where it was actually similar or inspired.
Yeah,
By
apparently
Dune.
some Star Wars things are inspired by Dune elements. Not surprised. Yeah.
oh yeah, no, sorry, I just got it mixed up with June. Yeah. Again, the for intergalactic travel and all that spice for the but I wonder what those prices for.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Find out soon.
Yeah, who knows?
Probably not.
Uh,
Probably not to cook some curry or anything like that. I think, but probably for other uses. Yes.
But overall, yeah, really decent episode. Not too much happened. We did get to know more
Yeah.
of the story.
I agree. Not so much happening with the story. Like it was okay, but it introduced a few new things, and which I enjoyed, and it had more insight into the Tusken Raiders culture, which is nice to see.
Yeah, it seems like that was the majority of the episode. Like the first
Yeah.
part wasn't exactly really needed. Or maybe they include it because they want to advance the story just a little bit more. But essentially, this whole episode could essentially just be just about this Tusken Raider culture with Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Like after
Learning
watching
the
the
way-
whole after watching the whole Tusken Raider part, I kind of nearly forgot the beginning part.
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like 10-15 minutes of the whole hut thing and the mayor and stuff, and the rest of it, Tusken Raider. Out of like a 45-minute episode.
Yeah. It was a big chunk of the episode. Yeah.
Yeah, big chunk of the episode, like more
Yeah,
than
it's-
half of it.
Mm.
it was a longer episode tonight, wasn't it?
It was 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Without the credits. With the credits, it ends up being about 51 minutes.
Okay.
So maybe let's look at Easter eggs like we usually do.
Easter egg.
Yeah. The eggs. That'll be good.
Oh, spring, right? Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
What do we have?
Fennec Shan's entry mirrors Return of the Jedi.
Fennec Shan, yeah. Nina, when was that?
Yeah, being that
Yeah,
way.
there's got to be something. There's got to be something about it there.
Ed Chuta is a Star Wars curse word. Okay. Okay. It's a Huttese phrase. Boba Fett's new Rancor switch doesn't make sense. Well, it does seem like they actually copied the place 1-to-1 for Jabba's palace. Like the whole Rancor pit was still there, and how we got into the pit was practically the same as in episode 6, I think it was.
Mm. Nice.
Yeah, the only difference was there was no Rancor.
Oh.
Yeah, the Rancor
Yeah,
didn't
talking about
exist.
the throne.
Yeah.
This is the throne. That, yeah.
Yeah, the
Got a
throne
switch.
room.
Yeah.
Yes, they can get a Rancor, but at least they scared that guy like to talk because it's there is a Rancor. Yeah, no Rancor. It was just a tiny rat.
Anyway. Mm.
That I thought was funny. It's like rat, not the Rancor.
Yeah.
So big.
Not the big monster like from Empire, from Return of the Jedi. That big monster that eats up the prisoners. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess because probably Fett's more of a good guy, right?
Feel the wind.
Rancor scene is another
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi homage. Yep. Wait, we just went through that.
One ugly monster.
Remember, she said, "Oh, you know, feel the wind" or something like that.
Mm.
Tattoo
Yeah.
rats. It does mention the rats. The rats.
Mm.
Yeah, I was wondering what what they were using those rats for. They were mopping themselves. Those huts were using the rats to like
Oh yeah.
dry themselves or something,
what they
or like use it to clean themselves. That made no sense to me.
Hmm. Yeah, the rats had no use really. I mean,
Well, so I suppose aliens and droids
Hmm.
in Book of
Okay.
Boba Fett episode 2. Yeah, there were several translations, Hut Twins, Jawas, Hask,
Jaws.
Melbu, EGL Power
Who
Droid.
was doing,
I'm not.
who's doing what with the web?
What was that?
Who's
Yes,
doing what with the rats?
The rats? The huts were cleaning themselves with the
Yeah.
rats.
Oh, the rats.
Yeah, they were holding the rats
okay.
and cleaning
Yeah.
themselves for some
The hut-
reason.
they're holding it in the paws. One of them was holding it in the
But
paws
the
with the hand.
cousins,
Yeah, the twin cousins. Yeah, they're holding rats in the
Yeah,
hand.
the twins. Yeah, that was just so
Yeah.
weird.
It was weird. It was weird.
yeah.
I had to wipe the sweat.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe they were just, I don't know,
Their pets.
traveling snacks.
Yeah, traveling. Yeah,
Traveling snacks.
I guess they
Mm,
get hungry. Yeah.
Maybe. So it
Yeah.
does seem like Robert Rodriguez actually voices in this episode. Maya Mokshays
Oh.
No, Mokshayi. Yeah, yeah.
is Robert Rodriguez. Wow.
As a director. Yeah.
Yeah.
For this episode.
So, but those huts, they do anything, don't they?
Didn't hear that. What was that?
Those huts, they do anything, don't they? Like, I remember that Jabba hut, I just ate everything and anything and everything.
Mhm.
Well, this isn't a HUD. It's a different
Yeah.
character. The mayor.
So there.
Oh yeah, the mayor. Yeah, there was
The mayor of
another new
Mosesta.
character.
It's a new character.
Introduced another one. Yeah.
Oh, so,
So not the huts.
there.
Not the huts.
Oh, okay. So what wasn't the cousins that yeah, because I saw that the female, she was like feeding herself.
Yeah, those are the huts.
The huts.
Yeah, the huts are sort of those criminal organization things, and Boba Fett took on over the role of one of the criminal organizations. But they're still mayors per city of like the cities of Tatooine.
Yeah.
So they kind of
Yeah.
work together in some way.
So
So this Mayor Mokshays must have gone through several of those changes. Like he was probably the one who works with Jabba the Hutt as well as that other guy, which I already forgot the name of. Which Boba Fett then took it.
Another guy.
Yeah.
In this episode or the previous one.
The previous one before Boba Fett, I think. He would have like handled all of them because he was probably still the mayor throughout the entire time.
you think the mayor shot the assassin so quickly just to shut him up, or because he was in fact not supposed to be there?
Well, considering that there are many tribes of Tatooine who are like a lot of criminals, there would be many who would be considered the enemy. So maybe it was the mayor, maybe it was not, but we do not really know. But obviously, it does seem like the mayor did shoot that guy for some reason.
As soon as they came in,
I guess we didn't really know until later.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he gave the order for that assassin to be shot instead of maybe
Well, that's what the assassin
something.
said as well. So, did they believe the assassin or did they trust the
Yeah.
mayor? But in these sort of cases, like no one can be
Yeah.
trustworthy because they're in like a whole place where there's hardly any rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of a slum there. Yeah.
Boba Fett Sanctuary is a Mustafa reference.
Okay.
Really?
A reference.
What's the
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah, that's
That
interesting.
reminded me.
Mm.
That reminded me of the bard in Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always bars in all of these cities. They're the cantinas. The
Canteen,
classic
yeah,
cantinas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, so that's an interesting one. Boba Fett mentions the debauchery of Hutta when he was talking to those huts. Yeah.
Yeah. And they came with that interesting new character, that Wookiee bounty hunter. He looks pretty ominous.
Mm.
Looks pretty threatening.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll play a bigger part in the series later.
Yeah,
Get
maybe.
to see his skills.
Yeah, so it seems
Sure.
like there's like these guys as well, Twin Slitter, Troublesome Gang, Spiky Faces. Oh, they were
Yeah.
created for Return of the Jedi and they returned.
If you sorry for the slaves carrying them too.
The Twins tank matches Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, when they came in, it really looked a lot like Jabba the Hutt. When I first watched it, I was just saying like, how is Jabba the Hutt still alive? Until they mentioned it, it's like then when they were talking, then yeah, they were different. Especially those symbols underneath the mouth.
He's dead, right? He's dead, right?
Yeah, it looked like Jabba.
It do look a little bit different and younger than
Oh,
Jabba.
a younger version, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're the same species, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
they all look
they're
very similar.
Hutts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hutts, yeah.
Oh.
Here's the Black
Black-
Wookiee I was talking about. Yeah.
Live action Star
you-
Wars debut.
Bounty hunter. He looks very ominous.
Yeah.
I reckon he's gonna be very, very hard to beat. Very
Well,
powerful.
apparently
Yeah.
this character has been in the comics. The Darth Vader
Yeah.
and Dr.
True.
Aphra comic books.
yeah.
but
He's
cool,
got a name. I forgot his name. Black something.
Mm.
Black Chris and yeah.
That's it. Black
So another Wookiee.
Wookiees. Yeah.
Jeez.
They're like the Wookiee planet is Kashyyyk. And yes, there are a lot of Wookiees still around. But at
Hmm.
least they introduced another Wookiee
Another new character.
who's an antagonist, likely.
Yeah, looks likely. Looks like he's gonna have a big battle with Boba Fett probably later in the season.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Probably. Boba Fett explains Boba's Mandalorian debut. Oh, because when he was introduced in the Mandalorian, he had the gaffer stick. Like,
Mm.
why did he even have the gaffer stick in the Mandalorian? Now we know.
Okay. Now we know. Yeah.
Shut a what? That random thing that suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
That creature that ran away and they shot him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird creature. Like
Yeah, it was like something which they didn't really need to have, but they did it anyway. But I
Yeah,
guess
it's one of
it,
the
they
desert
just
creatures.
introduced it as an Easter egg.
Yeah,
It could have been food.
true.
Uh,
Uh,
Critters. Yeah,
well,
I was wondering what this was. This is
Well,
Tashi
yeah, put 'em-
Station. Tashi
put 'em
put them on
Station.
the spit roast, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is it going to be eating out in the desert?
The desert. Yeah, not
Yep.
much.
Yeah.
Yep. So Boba Fett went to
Yeah.
Tashi Station. And if
Oh,
you remember
Boba
Tashi
Fett.
Station in the original, or episode 4, Mark Hamill's character, Luke Skywalker, was meant to get power converters from Tashi Station.
Mm.
Sea station. Okay. Yeah.
So if that's the case, the couple in the bar could have been like Owen and Beru Lars.
Mm.
The uncle and aunt to Luke Skywalker, likely.
Mm.
Book of Boba Fett introduced 2 deleted original trilogy characters. What is this? This is something which I had no idea about.
Awesome.
These shows Cammy and Fixer along with Skywalker and Biggs.
Emmy.
This thing is something which I would have had no idea about.
Yeah, they interested a lot of new subtle things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just a lot of new things in general.
Boba Fett steals the Mandalorian's entrance again.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
So what? It's essentially the same show. It's like a follow-up to The Mandalorian. So
Yeah, because I guess they're both bounty hunter stories. And, yeah.
Star Wars speeder jumps aren't easy after all. Of course they aren't.
Oh yeah, those what do you call them? The speeders, the bikes. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, the classic Star Wars vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really hard to drive, and they're really hard to jump across because they're going really fast.
Yeah. They even can
Hey, man.
speed the train.
I think
That's
this.
right.
Even it was
Yeah, I think the train ended up
the
being
chief
faster.
was flying.
The train. Yeah.
Yeah, the train eventually was faster because
Yeah.
of that booster.
The booster.
Yeah,
'Cause the
Yeah,
droid,
but,
yeah, made it faster.
um,
They celebrated it. Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
booster. Yeah.
Yeah, Book of Boba Fett copies Mandalorian season 2 Tuscan plot.
Tuscan. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's good. Learn more about the
Mm.
Tuscan culture.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
It's
pretty
good to see
sure.
like how they trained Boba Fett how to fight with that the Gaffy stuff. Training
Yeah.
how to fight with it. It was awesome.
I'm
But
pretty sure that
yeah.
the droid put the train into overdrive because
Overdrive.
yeah, I probably like wasting fuel because
Yeah.
it always seemed to have a consistent speed which they were able to catch up to. So yeah, was that and like when the droid just put it into like overdrive, that jet of yeah the jet going over the top of the caboose probably would have been damaging the metal and stuff like that.
it probably
Yeah,
did.
true.
It's a
So
joy. It's crazy.
yeah, they keep saying that Boba Fett copies Mandalorian. Of course, it's practically the same show.
based on the same planet.
So the Pikes Syndicate and Spice Return, the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh yeah. So that's the
They
guys on
were-
the train,
yeah.
right?
Yep. They were also in
Well,
Star Wars: The
what-
Clone Wars and in Solo movie. In the Solo movie. That's why
Yeah,
they mentioned
Solo movie.
Why
Spice.
couldn't there just why couldn't there just have been a stop button on the train? I mean,
Oh,
like,
oh, but-
you saw
Yeah.
how,
It's like emergency button.
okay, you saw how spindly the droid was. He never would have been able to pull back on those brakes.
Yeah.
Although he is a machine, so machine leverage. I don't know.
So it's
It was
interesting
funny,
that they brought the Pike Syndicate back. I forgot the name of the syndicate, but
Yeah.
yeah, I remembered it in Solo. So
So
Oh, Han Solo.
Oh yeah.
and that species
Yeah.
they also appeared in the original movies, like one or two of the species. It looked like a fish face on it. Yeah.
yep.
So the
The
pike.
Tusken Raiders travel in single file. Oh wow. Yeah.
More like a catfish, I think.
Yeah, like a cat. Exactly, it's like a catfish face. You hit now on the head there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he told the
little
Pike
roosters.
Syndicate to walk to Anchorhead single file.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was one day's walk, I really don't think that 1 melon would have been enough for them to make it.
But the Tusken
Yeah, it's
Raiders
like-
do that
Not enough water.
for a normal person, but for the Tusken Raiders, it's fine.
But yeah,
Because the Tusken Raiders are accustomed to having not much water. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the pike, they're not used to it. They might not survive. Some of them.
Oh, yeah.
In the desert sun.
How much water?
the thing about the melon, the melon's gonna have like a thickness, and the amount of water inside the melon is probably going to be, I don't know, somewhere between size of a cricket ball and the size of a baseball, and that's about all.
Yeah, it's not very
Yeah.
big, are the melons?
yeah, they're not too big. So another one is the Tusken Raiders reference Tatooine's ancient history.
Yeah. That was interesting.
They refers to Tatooine's oceans, but canon Star Wars reference books have confirmed Tatooine was once a land of oceans and rainforests.
Okay.
And
I
Jawa
didn't know that.
mythology claimed the Dune Sea was once an actual sea, not a sandy one.
So where were the seashells?
Well,
'Cause-
that's yeah.
Okay, where are the seashells? Because you can go down to the middle of the Shire, like there, and find all kinds of seashells and.
This is-
yeah.
This is a made-up planet.
Oh,
You
it's
can't
A
amazing.
expect like
made-up
real life.
planet. No, don't tell me that. I thought it was real.
That was real, yeah.
Yeah, that is real.
Yeah. It's just like, just like the Earth, it's flat.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Santa
Well,
Claus
this
is-
Well, this is a planet in a
People-
galaxy far, far away, so you can't assume that it's like in Earth.
it's a different galaxy. But it could be real. We like to believe that, eh? Yeah.
In a galaxy far, far away, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what's the next? Any more references or Easter eggs? Or?
Yeah, Boba Fett's original trilogy Star Wars armor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when they were walking through those visions.
The vision, yeah, it was like the
Yeah, so
the
that was
flashback. So
yeah, so that was actually the original army then,
mm,
and that's actually it.
okay.
Not much
Cool.
of the episode. Okay, maybe to our scores.
Yeah. Before actually, I'd like to share one fact. You know the what do you call it? The gaffy stick. The gaffy.
The gaffer
Yeah, the
sticks.
gaffy stick that the Tusken Raiders use.
Yep.
Apparently, the idea originated from New Zealand warriors' weapon,
Hmm.
like from it's a New Zealand like Pacific Islanders
Oh,
weapon.
yeah.
called,
Yeah, that's
potato
cool.
um,
Yep.
They've got a rounded club.
Yeah, it's very similar. They based it off that. Yeah,
The Maoris.
the Maoris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. So should we get to our scores?
Was this,
Yeah, let's do the wrap up. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yep. So Bernie, you actually watched it twice. So what's your score?
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh wait, you watched it
Well-
once, I guess.
I watched it once technically, but yeah, I watched it earlier, but I thought it was okay. Like it introduced a few new things, and episode it was not bad. It wasn't like the greatest, but I still quite enjoyed it. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah.
6 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I'd give it a 5. It was a sort of an average episode. There were several things which they didn't really need,
Mm.
and some things which they just added just because there was an Easter egg. So
Yeah.
did they really need to do
What
that?
didn't
Maybe
What
not.
episode?
Like shooting
what
that,
didn't they
like
need?
shooting that thing out of the sand. They didn't really need to have that.
Maybe it was food.
Food for the Tusken Raiders. Yeah. Put it on a spit roast and that. Yeah. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, it didn't.
But-
I guess it's sort of
But
Star
it came out from nowhere, so I didn't think it added much point to it. And plus, a lot of the story was the Tusken Raiders. The beginning part didn't really make too much sense
Yeah,
on its
I
own.
agree. I
So
probably
since it
didn't add
was
much to
kind
the story
since it was
overall.
kind of separated, they only give it a 5.
Mm.
So Bill,
Yeah.
what's your score?
Hey,
You seem
um,
to, like
The
thoughts?
desert, it mustn't be completely dry and parched up, because remember that the melons in the sand,
Yep.
And they're digging the sand
and
for the melons.
they've got to dig in the sand for the melons. So how does the water get in the melons? It's got to be sand in there. There's got to be water in the sand. Yeah. I really enjoyed tonight's episode. I thought, not nice and action packed, and seeing the cousins contrast between them and Jabba. At first,
Yeah.
I did I did think, oh, it's Jabba the Hutt, and then I thought, no, hang on, he's dead. And then there's like 2 of them. Oh, the twins, that's right. And yeah, so the fight scenes and that kind of stuff, good choreography, good choreography for the fight scenes, especially that stick fighting. That was really well choreographed. I thought, would have taken ages to be filming those. So yeah, I'll definitely give it a 7.
7.
Well, maybe
Jeff?
tempted to go 7.5, but I'll go
Yeah,
for
give it, why
7.
not? Give it 7.5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it. I'll go around 7 too. I reckon. Not too bad, but yeah, could have been a bit better.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed
So,
last week better, but this one's still not bad. So, yeah.
It's an enjoyable episode if you want to learn more of the history of the Tusken Raiders in Star Wars canon.
The Tusken Raiders.
Okay.
So they
so what
actually
have we
not,
got?
so they actually not too many
So
episodes
what have
left
we
to
got?
go.
Yeah.
Okay. So what have we got? Three sevens, a 4, and what?
I gave it a 5. I didn't give it a 7.
Oh, 5. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Somebody gave it a 4, didn't they?
No, I gave it a 6. John gave it 7. Oh no, sorry, 5. And you gave it a 7, right? And Jeff gave it a 7.
Yeah.
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 Oh, so 2, 7, 6, 5. Oh,
Just over 6. Just over 6. Average.
Yeah. The average is about 6.
yeah.
Yeah.
About 6 out of 10. Yeah.
Anyways, the
Okay.
next episode will be next week.
Is the title review?
What is Rotten Tomatoes? Yeah. What is Rotten Tomatoes good?
I'm not sure.
They haven't really been giving it an episode by episode rating like
Okay.
they do with
Okay.
like movies.
Yeah.
I see.
But for the season so far, it's rated about 75%.
That's
Okay.
pretty high.
For the season,
Yeah.
they don't do it episode by episode.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not
All
bad.
right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So now we've got how many more episodes to go? Is it 5 or 6 more, right?
Well, that's-
How many episodes did we say again? Was it
I can't remember. 8? Is it
7
8?
episodes. 7 episodes. 5 more left.
All right. Only 5 more to go.
Oh, that's a lot of episodes.
Not really.
Not really.
5 more.
Very short. It's even shorter than Hawkeye
short?
and
Oh,
Well,
shorter than Hawkeye.
well, it is longer than Hawkeye by 1 episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Longer by 1. Yeah. Hawkeye was 6. Yeah.
Yeah, Hawkeye, Falcon and Winter Soldier was 6. This one is
Yeah.
7 episodes, so they beat it by just 1.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah, but just for 1. But they're both short seasons. Because normally a season is about 13 to 24 episodes, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, depending on which company takes it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, no.
So I think we finished the review, so I think that
Yeah.
should be
Okay.
it.